Hi, my name is Jess, and welcome to From Me to You Video Photography and Book Reviews YouTube channel. I also have a website under the same name. So, this is my February book stats, reading stats, whatever you want to call them. What I read in February. So, as you can see, I've read 10 books. In total, it was 2,119 pages. My book ratings, I had 5 DNFs. I had 1 3-star, 1 3.5 star, 2 4 stars, and 1 4.5 stars. For what I consider the age categories for the books, I had 5 adult books and 5 new adult books. The main genre for most of my novels, if not all of my novels, are always romance. So these are what I consider the main secondary novel. I had 1 contemporary read. I had 1 fantasy book. I had 3 historical romances, and then 5 paranormal romances. All 10 were ebooks. And then 3 of them were ARCs, and then 7 of them I bought for myself. 1 of them was on sale. The rest were full price. So, this time I'm going to go in order of how I read them, and I am not really in the mood to go into details, so we'll see what happens. Once I have a full review, I will share the link down in the description. I read Broken Magic, and this was book 2 in the series that I was in at the time, and I had to DNF it. I could not get through. I was almost over. I was 90% of the book in, and then at chapter 34, I had to DNF it, because if I didn't, it was going to get a 2-star rating, and I just could not follow through or with the characters' antics or anything like that. Plus, the plotline was very slow. After that, I read The Wedding Wager. I got this as an ARC read through NetGalley and Entangle Publishing, and I thank them for that, but I'm sorry to say I had to DNF this novel. I was hooked into reading it, and I really liked the book description, but for the most part, I didn't like that the first 4 chapters were something I had to force my way through, and I didn't really enjoy the main character of Veronica because she just didn't believe the other hero end of it. And by the time that the big thing happened at chapter 4, I got upset with her because of how she actually thought her father was, I hate to say this, I really didn't like how she put her father on a pedestal, though he didn't value her like she valued him, and it ruined things for me, so I had to DNF this novel. After that, I tried to get into another trilogy series, and it's technically the only novels I really finished this month. It was, book 1 was Ascend, which was 4 out of 5 stars. Book 2 was Descend, which was 4 out of 5 stars. And then book 3 was Transcend, which is 3 out of 5. 3 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed this series. It is about an angel who is half angel, half succubus, and I really liked how she found a way to make it work. And she goes into this angel academy, and she meets all these angels, and it is the type of polyamory romance that I get into a lot, and I really liked this one. I can't say I love it, but I really, really liked it. I liked all of the dynamics of her and her relationships, and I could definitely follow this through to something more. especially when it came to Oliver or Angel Baby and such, and his other twists. So definitely a setup that I enjoyed. Next, I tried to get into another polyamory romance that I DNF'd book 1, so it's good that I did I buy this one? Yes, no, I bought this one. So yeah, no, this one I wish I had enjoyed. I just couldn't. It was the End Elemental Fae Academy, and the issue for this, I DNF'd it. They were trying to set the scene up of it kind of being like it felt like an older PC Cast type of novel, and though I enjoyed those novels, this one I really just couldn't. It standed more on the plot than it did the characters, and I couldn't get into the characters or make myself root for them. So I DNF'd this very soon. I didn't write down when I did, but it was not far into the novel. I'd say probably within the first 10 chapters. After that, I tried Nanny for the Santas, and this is a contemporary polyamory novel that I DNF'd. Mostly because I didn't really like how the setup was for the nanny position. The way it goes really made me upset as a parent, and how this whole situation was handled. So yeah, I did not make it far into this novel, and I also didn't like Piper and how everything the plot wasn't there. It had to be automatic, steamy times, which I don't mind, but they were not my favorite in this setup, which is ironic because it's supposed to be that type of book. Anywho, after that, I tried this was another series I was hoping to get into in another Academy style. It was Sympathy for Demons, and this is actually, I wasn't aware when I first picked this up that this has a connection to a series I read a few months ago that I really enjoyed, which was a Witch Among Warlocks series. And as you can see on the screen, I have this little photo that I created because I wanted to remember this later about how all of the characters in these different series for Miss Foxglove's works were linked together. And I liked the premise of how the main character is a familiar, more specifically a toad familiar, and I thought I was really going to get into this, but I didn't because of how one of the main characters was a major villain in the series for the A Witch Among Warlocks series, and it didn't work for me. So I basically DNF'd this very soon, which is about chapter 20 or so. Well, I mean, there's quick chapters, I didn't really like it. I am disappointed that I have DNF'd this because I like the author's other series, and then I really liked when it was from the point of view of Lord Verrill the Devourer. I mean, those scenes are really good. I just couldn't get into the other men in her group. So I DNF'd this chapter 20, like I said. After that, I read the Scandalous Vixen. Oh, this is another one that I finished on. Okay, no, I finished more than I thought. I DNF'd a lot, as you can tell. So the next one after that was the Scandalous Vixen. I gave this novel 3 out of 5 stars, and this has a connection to the Miss Summers' The Ice Duchess, which is The Ice Duchess is not book 1. It's like 0.5 out of the series, a prequel. And this one is like, I think book 3 in the series. Anyways, characters from the series all intermingle, and I really liked this one. It wasn't a favorite, but it hooked me about at the 48% mark, and I'm glad I stuck with it because towards the last half, it really picked up its pace and they came together really well. Helena and Roan, their banter was very fun to follow, and I liked how they just clicked. And then the last one that I read is the best one that I had for this novel. Oh, I'm sorry. The Scandalous Vixen was also an ARC read. And I got it through NetGalley and Wolf Publishing. And then the last one that I read in February was A Duke Worth Fighting For, which is another ARC read that I got through NetGalley and Forever Grand Central Publishing. And this one I gave 4.5 out of 5 stars. It's another historical romance that I really just was addicted to. I really loved how charming the main characters were and the surprising twists that were included. And I mean, how clean cut this novel was for the most part. These twists were very surprising. I was thrown off by how the plot was going, but I was hooked. I enjoyed it so much. And then Daniel and Marjorie were just a lovely couple. So seeing them and how they all worked together, it made the ending even more delightful. So these are the 10 novels that I had read this month. I did not write any official reviews in February, so I have no other novels to talk about. And yeah, that's it. Thank you for being here. Please like or dislike this video as you see fit. Please stay tuned to this channel or any of my other socials because you never know what's going to happen next. Now, I allow my children to talk. Bye.